Sorry I'm late.
Don't be sorry. Just don't be late. Vincent Sobel, meet Dinah Drake.
Tina Boland is my cover name.
Tina Boland?
I'm going to kill every last one of them. Starting with Laurel.
Hey everybody, we got a Flash crossover and the stabbiest, shootiest version of Black Canary that we've seen on the show so far. Not counting Black Siren, because she technically doesn't count as Black Canary because it's a different version of the character. But for everybody hoping for Black Canary versus Black Siren this season, it sounds like they've gotten to that place, regardless of how you think it's going to end up, because I don't think it's actually going to end up going down that way. There's a new round of that Flash Ring giveaway. All you have to do to enter that is just be a subscriber and share the video using those tools on the watch page. So let's do top 10 WTF comic book Easter eggs, and it sounds like we have a better picture of what's going to be happening with the villains in the back half of the season because of that really critical piece of information that they got about why Caden James has been coming after Oliver, which is a lot of people suspected was completely faked. So let's start with that because that's probably the most important thing. The whole season has been turning around this, like I'm going to come for you and make you suffer because you caused my son to die. Like he literally thinks that Oliver killed him. So there are a couple big questions about this. One, they found out the footage was faked because the footage makes it look like it's literally Oliver firing his bow into his son, who's about 18, 19 years old, and that's it. Like, that's the end of it. But at that time, Oliver was recruiting Black Canary in Hub City. So we know it wasn't him, the footage was faked. They also put two and two together. The same person that faked the footage of Oliver at the beginning of the season is the same person that faked this footage. So there's somebody on the show that we've probably been watching this whole time, someone under our noses that's been trying to manipulate Caden James to go after Oliver. And really right now, Anatoly and Richard Dragon are the only other two people that it could be, unless it's like some surprise twist person that we haven't been seeing this whole time. One of the future episodes is titled The Greatest Trick the Devil Ever Pulled, which is very usual suspects like the Kaiser Soze, like who's the real villain that's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. I think most people are assuming that it's Richard Dragon because he's one of the few comic book characters that they're doing this season who actually rises to that level in the comics, like somebody that you could actually call a big bad. Second big question is that when Caden James finds out that this footage is faked, Oliver isn't really responsible, is he going to call off his dogs and then the real villain going to try and kill Caden James? Like if it's going to be Richard Dragon, will Richard Dragon then try to kill Caden James because he doesn't continue to go after Oliver? But unless they're trying to just totally pull a fast one on us, now you kind of see what they were doing with the Vigilante arc. Like the last couple of episodes, he's been helping them out. The rest of Team Evil finds out, they kill him for it. And they're making this big question about whether or not Laurel is going to start helping Team Arrow out. Like, is she going to get this redemptive arc? And until they pronounce Vigilante dead at the hospital at the end of the episode, sorry, there's nothing that they could do. Oliver confirms that he's dead. I thought that they were going to try and pull a fast one on us. Like, wait a minute, maybe he's pretending to be dead? Because he had that really important line when he started going after Dinah, where he told Caden James, I know which buttons to push, and he seemed like he was genuinely going to try and work a counterattack against them, not just straight up help them out, which is what ended up happening. We haven't seen a whole lot from Anatoly, but he has this sort of Black Siren type of relationship that she has with Quentin with Oliver Queen, where they used to be brothers, but now they're fighting against each other because of a big rift that they had. Maybe if Black Siren is going to get a redemptive arc, then Anatoly will slowly walk back the hate that he has for Oliver. Like, they'll find a way to bridge that gap. So when you're looking at the surprise new villain or the true villain of the season, that's why I think that Richard Dragon is probably the stronger candidate, because he's pretty much the only character on Team Evil right now who didn't used to be really close with one of the members of Team Arrow. But either way, somebody was trying to set up Oliver Queen, and somebody's been manipulating Caden James. He will probably find out before the last batch of episodes. Maybe not right away, but sometime before episode 16 or 17, so that they can focus on the real villain. There were a couple pretty big Easter eggs in the episode too. They keep mentioning PlayStation 4. William has been playing Injustice 2 this whole time, I think because there's an integration going on. Like Microsoft provides all the computers for Arrow, so they feature them in episodes, but it's kind of like a product integration thing where they pay money to have them be used on the show. But Oliver also mentioned Aruba, like they were talking about their honeymoon. Oh, we'll take a honeymoon after this. But you also remember that Aruba was very significant to Legends of Tomorrow at the end of Season 2 and then the beginning of Season 3. So all across the back half of Season 2, people are like, what are we going to do after we solve this insurmountable problem of the Legion of Doom once we get rid of Reverse Flash and the Spear of Destiny? Well, why don't we just go to Aruba? And it was sort of just an offhanded comment about how they would go find a beach somewhere and chill out on vacation. Then after they actually solved the problem, everybody else was in such a different place psychologically and emotionally that they went their separate ways, except for Heatwave, who was just completely stuck on the idea. He's like, damn it, I'm going to have my vacation. So that's where he showed up at the beginning of Season 3. He'd been chilling out there for the past 3 months.
Hey, idiot. Either refill my margarita or get out of my light. This is a private beach. Listen, pal,
But just in general, the people on Arrow, I think we all expect that Black Siren will get that redemption arc, but she says, like, that's not me, your daughter is not the person who is me. They'll find some way to bridge that gap. Like, they're teasing that she's eventually going to find some sort of redemption. They just want to have this Black Siren versus Black Canary arc, which is why they had her melt Vigilante's brain inside his skull. Badass kill, but I was kind of hoping that they would go for the John Carpenter thing and just explode his head like a watermelon. Maybe because it's not cable, they're not allowed to get that graphic, whatever. Either way, his brains just leaked right out of his ear after that. Everybody pour one out for those Argus guards that they just casually killed at the beginning of the episode too.
Gotta get the other divers out of the water!
But the really big news, obviously, the Super Bowl is this weekend. There's going to be a bunch of big Super Bowl trailers like there always is. The ones that I know for sure, it'll be Star Wars on Monday. There'll be Westworld Season 2, Mission Impossible, then probably some Black Panther. Infinity War is supposed to come in the next couple of weeks. There's a confirmed Venom trailer and confirmed Deadpool 2 that won't drop at the Super Bowl, but will drop with Black Panther in the next 2 weeks. So both this weekend and then also in the next 2 weeks, there will be a bunch of big comic book trailers dropping. Don't worry, I'll do videos for all that stuff. My next video today will be that Westworld trailer, then I'll do some new Infinity War, and then obviously some new Flash and DC Marvel stuff this weekend. Like I said, there's a new round of that Flash Ring giveaway. I'll just name the winner when I post new DC this weekend. Click here for my non-spoilery Black Panther reaction, and click here for that brand new Flash trailer. Thank you so much for watching. Everybody stay awesome. I'll see you guys tonight.